Welcome to Science News Review. For August 26, 2026, we are looking at how science is tackling some of the most complex systems in existence, from the microscopic architecture of a hibernating brain to the massive engineering required to harness the power of the stars. We'll also explore recent developments in personalized cancer immunotherapy and a first-in-human attempt to restore vision through mitochondrial transplants. We begin with a significant development in the field of personalized medicine. Moderna and Merck have announced results from a large-scale clinical trial involving an experimental melanoma vaccine called intismeran. This treatment is used in combination with the existing immunotherapy drug Keytruda, and the goal is to see if it can help patients with high-risk melanoma stay cancer-free for longer periods. The approach is highly personalized. Instead of a one-size-fits-all shot, the vaccine uses mRNA technology to target neoantigens, which are unique protein pieces found only in an individual's specific tumor. By identifying these markers, the vaccine aims to train the patient's own immune system to recognize and attack any cancer cells that might remain after surgery. In this trial, which included patients ranging from stage 2 to stage 4 melanoma, the combination of the vaccine and Keytruda appeared to help patients remain cancer-free longer than those who received Keytruda alone. While previous, smaller trials suggested this combination could potentially cut the risk of recurrence or death by half, the companies have not yet released the specific data from this latest, larger study. It is important to note that, while the concept of cancer vaccines has been studied for decades, none have yet met the rigorous statistical criteria required for FDA approval. There are also significant logistical hurdles to clear, including the complex manufacturing process required to create a custom vaccine and the speed at which it must be delivered to the patient after their tumor is surgically removed. While cancer research looks at the individual's unique proteins, new research into hibernation is looking at how the brain manages to preserve its most fundamental structures, even when life seems to be on pause. Researchers studying mice undergoing artificial hibernation have discovered a striking paradox in how the brain handles dormancy. Using electron microscopy to look closely at the hippocampus, the team found that during hibernation, mice lost nearly half of their synaptic connections and overall brain activity dropped by about 70%. Under normal circumstances, such a massive loss of neural connections would be expected to wipe out stored information. However, the mice successfully retained their memories. The researchers found that over 80% of those lost synaptic spines actually regrew in their original locations once the mice woke up. But the real secret to their memory preservation seems to lie in the architecture of the network itself. The study identified specific structures called multisynaptic boutons. These are essentially hub connections where a single axon connects to several different dendrite spines at once. When researchers used drugs to impair the formation of these specific hubs, the mice lost their memories. This suggests that the brain doesn't necessarily need to maintain every single individual connection to keep its data intact. Instead, it relies on these specialized hub-like clusters to maintain structural connectivity even when the rest of the system is being scaled back. Finally, we look at two very different experimental frontiers, the high-stakes race for fusion energy and a first-in-human attempt at vision restoration. In Los Lunas, New Mexico, a company called Pacific Fusion has begun construction on a facility designed to achieve net energy gain by the end of this decade. Their approach is a departure from the laser-based methods used at the National Ignition Facility. Instead of using massive lasers to compress fuel, which requires an enormous amount of energy to produce light and X-rays, Pacific Fusion is using a pulsed power technique. They plan to use massive electrical pulses from Marx generators to create magnetic fields that squeeze hydrogen fuel capsules directly. The goal is efficiency. They expect to use 80 megajoules of electrical energy per pulse to yield about 100 megajoules of fusion energy. While that would be a milestone, it is only about 1/5 of the energy needed to operate a full-scale power plant, meaning there is still a massive engineering gap between a successful pulse and a continuous power source. Because the facility is located near a major US nuclear laboratory, the site may also serve a dual purpose, assisting in research on the country's aging nuclear weapons stockpile. Closer to the scale of the human body, researchers have completed a first-in-human test of a procedure to treat blindness. In a study published in Nature, scientists injected mitochondria, the energy-producing structures within our cells, extracted from a woman's own leg muscle into her eyes. This follows successful studies in rodents where mitochondrial transplants helped retinal cells survive after injury. And the primary goal of this human trial was to test for safety, specifically to see if the body would trigger an immune reaction to the transplanted material. The results were encouraging in that regard. Post-procedure tests showed no signs of inflammation or adverse side effects. As for the vision itself, the results were mixed. The treatment did not restore sight, but the patient's pupils showed a transient response to light for about 4 weeks, and low vision assessments indicated she could perceive some shapes and shadows in her left eye. Because these findings have not yet undergone peer review, it remains to be seen if these physiological changes can be sustained, or if they can be translated into meaningful visual recovery for a wider range of patients. Whether it is the precision of a personalized vaccine, the resilience of a hibernating brain, or the massive scale of a fusion reactor, these developments remind us that progress often lies in the tension between a bold hypothesis and the rigorous, often slow, reality of testing.